This is one of our new models. It's called the Astro Pop, and it is a little 5-fin setup. It's built to ride really short. We built it based off of our old like twin fin model, like a keel fin, twin fin, the Astro. I took that Astro and I refined it a little bit. I took some of the thickness out of the nose. I pulled in the nose a little bit, and I pulled in the tail a little bit, and I added a little wing back here about 4 inches up from the tail to give it a little braking point for turning. I left the rocker pretty much the same as the Astro, which is a real flat, fast rocker. By pulling in the nose and tail, I added a lot of curve through the outline of the board, which loosens it up quite a bit compared to the Astro, which is the Astro was more of a parallel, like down the line surfing board. By pulling these in a little bit like this and adding that wing and pulling that tail even more, it loosens up the board and gives it a lot more of a snappy feeling. But at the same time, that low rocker, the super flat entry rocker, and flowing into the tail, it gives it tons of speed, but it lets you kind of have more of a high performance feel to it rather than more of like a cruisy twin fin feel. The other thing is the bottom has a double concave through the whole thing, so even when you're riding a little bit wider board, that double concave kind of breaks the board in half, the bottom in half, and it lets it roll rail to rail really easily. So instead of like sometimes a wider board will not want to tip over onto a rail as well, this thing will go rail to rail really fast, so your transitions between turns are really easy. And then I did add a bit more V through the very tail of the board compared to the Astro. And what that does is it increases the rail line rocker. So although the center line rocker is the same as the Astro, the rail line rocker in the Astro Pop is a little bit bent up, which is the same thing. It allows you to do a more of a tight radius turn, more of a snappy feel to it, and more like, not high performance, but more performance oriented than down the line. Also, it comes with a 5-fin setup, so you can switch between 3 fins and 4 fins. And I've even had some guys ride it as just a twin fin with a small trailer too, and they really like it. When you have a 4-fin setup, it's gonna give you a little bit more speed down the line and kind of round out your turns a little bit. If you want to switch to a thruster, that's going to give you like a little bit more of a vertical surfing capability. And this way with the 5-fin setup, it's nice because you can switch it around depending on the conditions or just kind of what you want to do. If the waves are really small, the 4-fin's super fun where you get a bunch of speed. If you're surfing in some decent surf, you might want to try the thruster where you can do some snaps or just some different kind of surfing. We usually ride them, you want to ride it pretty small, like you want it at your height, below your height. If you're a really good surfer, you can go pretty short. For more of an intermediate, you might want to go around your height or even a little bit bigger. But it's just going to make kind of like those weekdays really, really fun. Those weak waves that you wouldn't really even normally want to surf might be a lot more fun on this. And then for the more high-level surfers, riding this in good surf is a really fun way to change your lines up and just mix up your surfing and kind of give you a new experience. So yeah, that's it, the Astro Pop.